Daybreak, questions remain for police after a woman crashed into a Lumberton church. Why authorities say that it was no accident as parish members work to salvage what they can.
Plus, a jam-packed special session with their first day down. The key issues lawmakers are tackling in Austin and why a local representative wants Texans to speak out against one of them.
And from Vider to Nederland, Chief Rod Carroll is now in his new home and in his new role. His top priorities for the City of Nederland's Police Department. 12 News Daybreak starts now.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first check on our weather in just a moment. We're going to do that, but first here's a live look outside at I-10 in Beaumont, where traffic is backed up due to a minor accident involving a bus which had no passengers inside it. The Beaumont Police Department, they say that this happened just after 5 a.m. on I-10 West. That's causing backups near College Street and Washington Boulevard exits, and we are working to learn more, but for now let's expect delays and try to avoid the area if you can. And back to weather, where we're taking a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 live Skycam network, and we've got Carrie Cooper standing by to tell us how it's looking outside in Southeast Texas. How's it looking out there, Carrie?
Well, Mark, looks pretty good. Lots of sunshine, as you see there, but it's been a warm night, that's for sure. We've had lows in the upper 70s and highs this afternoon, mid to upper 90s. Some of the hottest weather we've seen this summer so far yesterday, and then we'll expect that through Thursday. Roofing 911 Skycam Network over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. So starting out in the upper 70s, close to 80, we'll be in the mid to upper 90s coming up this afternoon. In fact, let's take a look at that forecast heat index. About 105 is what it'll feel like later today. So take care, certainly, if you're having to stay outdoors. And even tomorrow, we're expecting the heat index to be in the lower 100s once again. Allergy report looking pretty good, especially in the tree and the grass. Of course, still a little bit elevated in the mold there. That's been improving a little bit each day, and currently we're running into the 70s, already some upper 70s, close to 80 in the Houston area, so very warm there. Radar is pretty quiet. One very small shower there near the coast around Sea Rim and a couple southeast of Galveston, so we'll give it a 5% coverage today, mainly near the coast and south Interstate 10, and no showers expected tomorrow across Southeast Texas. And that tropical moisture will begin to move in on Friday and Saturday. Upper level low spinning over Northwest Texas. That is slowly weakening. We have lots of clear skies here from East Texas on over to Louisiana, but it will become partly cloudy today. We have enough low level moisture with daytime heating. We'll see partly cloudy skies across Southeast Texas this afternoon. So that upper low spinning, producing a few little showers there west of Austin, but thankfully that will cause no flooding issues in the hill country as the low continues to weaken and move on off to the north. So a hot day coming up today through Thursday, and of course coming up a little bit later, we'll talk about some improving rain chances for Friday and Saturday in just a few minutes.
All right, Carrie, Highway 87 is back open this morning after a deadly crash in Newton County yesterday. This happened south of Trout Creek around 3 p.m. Now, according to DPS, a Buick tried to make a U-turn when it was hit by a Freightliner towing a trailer. The Buick's driver, an 85-year-old woman from Orange, was killed. Her passenger, a 90-year-old man, was taken to the hospital in serious condition. The freight driver is okay.
Questions remain this morning about what led up to a truck crashing into a Lumberton church early yesterday morning. Police say it plowed into the Infant Jesus Catholic Church on LHS Drive, leaving a mess behind. Chief Danny Sullins believes it was on purpose. Lumberton police have now called the FBI to investigate. Chief Sullins says surveillance video from the church's parking lot shows this was no accident.
Evidence has showed so far that she made one lap around the building and then went right in the front door and into the all the way up to the altar.
Was anybody in the lobby at the time?
No, sir. Thank God there was nobody in the building.
The chief says the driver had minor injuries. Members of the parish spent yesterday cleaning up the debris and salvaging what they could from the foyer and the damaged pews. All right, your time now, 7:05. Governor Abbott's special session kicked off yesterday in Austin, giving legislators 30 days to run through an 18-item agenda.
Yeah, some of those items include the response to the deadly hill country flooding and THC laws, but restriction and redistricting is the governor's top priority. Now, the governor says that he added it to the agenda after the DOJ deemed 4 districts unconstitutional. The Trump administration also wants Texas to create 5 more Republican seats in the U.S. House to help prevent a flip in Congress. But District 22 Representative Christian Manuel has now taken to Facebook asking Texans to attend hearings across the state and speak out against the push.
If you can, to please come out, to please make sure that you let people know how you feel about this redistricting, how, not even how unfair this is, just how wrong this is.
And one of those hearings is on July 26th at the University of Houston. We'll have more coming up at 7:30. And Nederland has a new police chief, and he is ready to raise the bar.
Chief Rod Carroll hopes to make the police department the next accredited agency in Southeast Texas. 12 News reporter Derek Jones is in studio with those details. Derek.
Mark and Tia, Chief Carroll is now leading the Nederland Police Department. He was appointed last month after Chief Gary Porter retired due to illness. With 37 years of experience under his belt, Chief Carroll says he's ready for new opportunities in a new town. He's focused on making improvements, including adding a new K-9 unit and license plate readers. But his biggest priority is to make Nederland next on the list of accredited police departments in Southeast Texas.
I'd like to see the bar raised here. You know, with less than 3% of all agencies in the state of Texas being accredited, it just shows that you're making sure you're doing everything right.
Chief Carroll previously served as the police chief in Vidor for the last 8.5 years. He says that while leaving Vidor, it was bittersweet. He's optimistic about his future in Nederland. The chief will be sworn in next week at Nederland City Council meeting. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thank you, Derek. Southeast Texans are rallying around this 5-month-old puppy named Phoenix after she was allegedly shot by her owner in Newton County. The owner was arrested, but Phoenix still needs surgery.
Yeah, 12 News reporter Daniela Tabwata Palau, she went to the Nederland Animal Hospital and spoke with the vets about how they're doing.
He says he's had enough. I seen that he had a blank look on his face.
On Saturday afternoon, Teresa Dolish said her neighbor Kobe Wayne Ellis followed his dog onto her property and shot it in the leg.
I can remember seeing him standing there with her, holding her like that by the neck, like she's nothing.
Another neighbor went to retrieve the 5-month-old puppy, now named Phoenix, from the owner and called the sheriff's department. The dog was then taken to the animal hospital.
It's a sad thing when you hear that animals are hurt like this. They're defenseless and there's no reason for it. I can't imagine any reason why somebody would want to hurt a dog or shoot a dog.
Veterinarians and technicians at the neighborhood veterinarian centers say despite the violence she lived through, she's still a happy dog.
You know, she was very scared at first, very nervous, wasn't sure about people, but now that she knows that we aren't going to hurt her, that we have her back, she's just the sweetest dog.
Phoenix is expected to have amputation surgery, which was covered by several donors across Southeast Texas.
I know someone called and paid $1,000.
There's also a foster home lined up for Phoenix to recover at.
I am going to be fostering Phoenix after her surgery,
where she will be surrounded by other 3-legged dogs.
So I think just by her being around dogs that are similar to her, I think it will definitely help her and just be more confident in herself. You know.
While Phoenix looks ahead to a life of comfort, Teresa is still heartbroken by the abuse she says the puppy endured.
Just don't abuse them. I mean, you know, if you're going to do that, why have them, you know? And if you got somebody offering to help you take care of your dog, don't be ugly, you know? Let them help you.
And the man arrested for shooting the puppy faces a single charge of cruelty to non-livestock animals.
Yeah, he faces 2 to 10 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000. He's now out on bond. Happening today in Beaumont, the police department is hosting a safety forum downtown this morning. They say it's a chance for an open investigation between the department, business leaders, and commercial stakeholders about safety in downtown Beaumont. It's at the Lakeside Center meeting room on Magnolia Street from 9 to 11 a.m.
Money Matters, sponsored by Gulf Credit Union.
Some of your Social Security checks may be getting smaller and soon.
Yeah, the Social Security Administration looking to recoup overpayments that it made to beneficiaries in the past year. It sent out notices in April giving recipients a chance to seek a waiver or a lower repayment rate. This can happen when the department miscalculates a person's benefits. The agency says that if you haven't settled on an option, 50% of your check will be withheld starting Thursday. And if you're on Medicare, listen up to this one. Some people have been getting calls from people claiming to be with the program, asking for your personal information and your money.
Yeah, this should be an automatic red flag, but how can you tell? Jennifer Bellamy verifies.
Scammers and thieves are constantly looking for new ways to trick you out of your personal information and your money. Brenda reached out to us concerned about several calls she's received from people claiming to be with Medicare and asking about new cards and personal information. So she asked us to confirm it was a scam. So let's verify. Our sources tonight are Medicare and the Federal Communications Commission. Here's what we found. Medicare says it will never call you to try and sell you anything or visit you at your home. The program says it will only ask for your personal information in limited situations, like an agent returning your call after you've enrolled in a plan, reported fraud, or left a message for Medicare. The FCC says Medicare won't call you uninvited to ask you for your personal or private information. According to their website, you'd receive a written statement in the mail before you get a phone call from a governmental agency. And any calls requesting health insurance information should not be trusted. So we can verify, yes, anyone calling, claiming that they want to check to see if you've received a new Medicare card and asking you about your personal information to confirm it, that is a scam. Medicare won't call you unsolicited and will only ask for your information in limited situations, like returning a call that you initiated. With your Verify, I'm Jennifer Bellamy.
Still ahead on Daybreak, robot servers are popping up across Texas to enhance your dining experience. What they can do up next. Plus, pumpkin spice in August. It's happening at Starbucks. Now, your trending news is coming up.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Well, robot servers, they are popping up across Texas to enhance your dining experience. Ron Trevino with our sister station in Houston explains.
Welcome to Kura Revolving Sushi Bar, where mealtime bliss glides by you like a dream on that conveyor belt. And here to help in your adventure, a waiter right out of the future. These robots are from a Texas-based company called Robot Lab. The CEO is Elad Inbar.
The robots that you have in this restaurant, all they do is serve?
In this restaurant, they're only serving. The servers basically can choose the table number and basically hit start, and off it goes to the table. There's no programming or coding or anything like that. Everyone can operate that.
This robot is named Keddy. Thank you, Keddy. So perhaps this is the way of the future. More and more robots helping humans do human things like running restaurants and other businesses. And before you start thinking that robots are taking over the world, before you start thinking about movies like The Terminator, the company behind the robot says, calm down. They're only here to help.
Inbar says the robots are filling the gaps as restaurants struggle to find workers, the humankind.
Every business owner we talk to, we ask them, what's your labor situation? And we get rolling eyes. Don't get me started.
Robot Lab gave us this video of their headquarters in North Texas. Their robots are now working at 10,000 businesses all around the country, doing everything from serving drinks and meals to scrubbing floors and carpets. Meanwhile, back at the revolving sushi bar and the lunch crowd.
You've been here before. Are you getting used to the robots?
We are, I think so. I think it's just kind of like, okay, they're there, now.
Would you like one in your house doing chores?
That would be awesome. Rosie from the Jetsons is now what I'm looking forward to.
Rosie from the Jetsons.
She's not exactly Rosie from the Jetsons, but maybe if you add an apron, yeah, maybe.
Well, a warm morning up in the Lakes area this morning on our Roofing 911 Skycam network up in Jasper. Of course, had the sunrise earlier, some mid to upper 70s up there. And here at our 12 studios, our Mid-County Plumbing sponsored camera here, lots of clear skies. We expect mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today and very little, if any, chance of rain. The heat will continue to be the main weather story. That Futurecast heat index today up to about 105 this afternoon, and again tomorrow into the lower 100s. A very hot allergy report looking pretty good, and we're running in the mid to upper 70s across the area this morning. Radar pretty quiet, not really expecting any shower activity at all. Maybe one. We've had a couple of small ones, less than a 5% coverage on the coastline this morning, but no showers are expected tomorrow. Across the state, lots of clear skies across East Texas on over into Louisiana. Of course, we'll be waiting on moisture return from the east coming up by Friday and Saturday to give us a pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms. Nothing tropical expected to develop here. Another trough, though, is coming in from the west, kind of like what we had last week. See the moisture beginning to move in on Thursday night, and especially on Friday and on into Saturday. We have good chances of rain and thunderstorms there. Then we'll begin to dry out a little bit as we head into Sunday, Monday, getting us back down to our normal coverages of showers and thunderstorms early next week. Rainfall totals, not real impressive right now. I do expect these numbers to go up a little bit. I would expect at least some 1 to 2 inch rains at the very least coming up in spots for Friday and Saturday. And as we head into early next week, more just scattered showers and thunderstorms. Futurecast, maybe 1 or 2 showers along the coast today. Not a big deal. No showers at all expected tomorrow. And then overnight tonight, we're dropping into the 70s for lows. Very warm night coming up across southeast Texas. And that marine forecast, well, not bad offshore either. We have south winds up to about 10 knots with that water temperature at 89 degrees. Now for today, becoming partly cloudy, highs in the mid to upper 90s, less than a 10% coverage of a shower in the triangle. Virtually no one will really see rainfall today. And your 7-day forecast will feature a 20% coverage coming up for your Thursday late, 60% for Friday and Saturday. And it's not going to rain all day. It's not going to rain at every location both days, but there will be a pretty good coverage on and off throughout the day with highs in the mid to upper 90s the next few days. Temperatures will begin to improve as we head toward, let's say, that Friday, Saturday time frame with temperatures in the upper 80s. So get a little bit of relief from the heat anyway with those on and off showers Friday and Saturday.
I prefer it just kind of be hot versus the rain.
Oh, not me.
I
No.
know.
How come?
It's a Debbie Downer, the rain.
Okay.
I can do stuff in the heat, but when it rains, it's not what you can do.
I just want it to rain when I'm at work. That's all I ask.
There you go. Maybe it'll rain. Well, you're off on Saturday, so.
Exactly.
Gotta
See?
schedule these things.
Yeah, that's true. I can understand that.
All right, thanks, Carrie. We have an update on that backup traffic on I-10 West in Beaumont. Traffic now moving after a minor crash with a bus at the side of that highway backed up near College in Washington. We'll let you know when we learn more about what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that no one was on that bus that got hit out there, but it always seems to be something that's backing up out there. All right, don't forget, we're giving away our grand prize tickets tomorrow to Moody Gardens. It's for a family of 4, plus a night at the hotel and a round of golf for 1. We're going to announce the winner in the 6 a.m. hour tomorrow. So be sure to go to 12newsnow.com/contest to enter, and you got to use those tickets by the 24th. All right, time for your trending news since it's 7:21, and Lady Gaga, she proves that she is the queen of recovery.
Yeah, her latest performance at the Mayhem Ball in Las Vegas took an unexpected twist. Check out when she tripped and fell while singing Vanish Into You. But true to her superstar form, Gaga bounced right back up, fans cheering her quick recovery as she continued the show without missing a beat. Her camera crew member also stumbled in the fan-shared video, making it a 2-for-1. She did have a quick recovery,
She
but
did.
she fell.
Yeah, no, that was a good fall right there too, and she got right up and kept on going. Must have been something slick on the ground there with everyone slipping around like that.
All right, well, this might be okay if you live up north, but down south it's kind of too early.
Yeah, Starbucks is telling us to mark our calendars for August 26th for what, you might ask? The return of its pumpkin spice latte. I thought that was supposed to be in the fall, but no, it is. The trend is making its annual debut in just over a month, and when here in Southeast Texas, it's still swimming season, not quite that fall season. Also returning to the menu, the fan favorite pumpkin cream cold brew, the iced pumpkin cream chai, and the pecan crunch oatmeal latte. You can also try a new pecan cortado and new Italian sausage egg bites. Lots of good things there. All right, bad news for those who love to shop at Target.
It's ending one of its biggest perks, price matching. According to reports, Target will end its policy on July 28th. It guaranteed the store would match prices for qualifying products sold for less on Amazon or at Walmart. Now it'll only match prices with its own stores.
That is a shame. Definitely one of the perks there of shopping around.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take that live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Beautiful view there from Beaumont. Your time 7:22. Meteorologist Carrie Cooper will be right back.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. we lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Well, very hot conditions coming up over the next 3 days. We're looking for highs to be in the mid to upper 90s, lows at night, mid to upper 70s. We'll keep rain pretty much out of the forecast through Wednesday. Even most of Thursday looks dry. That 20% is for late in the day coming in from the east. And we'll give it a 60% coverage for Friday and Saturday. That'll help us out on our temperatures somewhat too. So we'll have those showers and storms kind of on and off, kind of like what we saw last week for Friday, Saturday, and still some scattered showers on Sunday and Monday at 30%, and then we'll get back to the lower 90s for highs. But for the next few days, pretty hot, mid to upper 90s, rain chances back in the forecast for Friday and Saturday. And at least we'll get a little bit of a break from the very hot conditions with highs in the 80s.
Still ahead, some violent moments caught on camera during a traffic stop in Florida are raising new questions about police tactics, what this could mean for the public and future encounters.
Plus, a big decision was made last night regarding the Uvalde school shooting records, the unanimous vote from the school district's Board of Trustees.
And the first day of the legislative special session in Austin, it's in the books why a local representative is speaking out against one of Governor Abbott's top priorities.
And taking a live look outside now at Jasper, we'll have more news and weather in just a few minutes. It's 7:26.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thank you so much for joining us here on 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. The time right now is 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. First up, Beaumont police are still looking for the gunman from a Saturday night shooting that left one person hurt. It happened around 9 p.m. at the Autumn Oaks Apartments on East Tex Freeway. Police say the suspect went to the room, shot the victim several times, and took off. The victim was rushed to the hospital. They're now in stable condition.
And crews have successfully put out a brush fire at the bird sanctuary on Bolivar Peninsula. The Port Bolivar Volunteer Fire Department says that it burned at least 112 acres. Officials say that this started around 10 o'clock Friday night after a lightning strike. No injuries or damage to any buildings have been reported. The Houston Audubon Group says impacts to birds and other wildlife, they are typically low during these types of fires.
Investigators in West Orange want to know what caused the fire that destroyed this house. It happened about 10:30 yesterday morning on South Street. No one was home when it started. According to Fire Chief David Roberts, the house belongs to an elderly woman who's currently staying in a nursing home. The house is considered a total loss.
And let's now take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 live Skycam network above Lake Charles, where that sun is now high in the sky, or getting up there anyways. It's going to be a sunny day out there. We've got Carrie Cooper standing by to tell us all about that weather. How's it looking in Southeast Texas this morning, Carrie?
Pretty warm and muggy. We started out in the mid to upper 70s. We'll reach the mid to upper 90s later today on our Roofing 911 Skycam network over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. So yeah, very warm day in store. Indeed, in fact, the heat index later today will feel like 105, so drink plenty of fluids, and if you don't have to be outdoors, that's probably the best idea. And even tomorrow, back to the lower 100s as far as the heat index, not the actual air temperature, but the heat index. So very, very hot. Your allergy report looking pretty good, and the mold is still in that medium category, but it's slowly improving there as well. It may go back up again once we start seeing an increase in showers coming up for Friday and Saturday. Right now we're running in the lower to mid 70s across Southeast Texas, some upper 70s out west, and radar is quiet, so we're not expecting much in the way of rainfall. Been a few showers out to the west of Austin. See a weak upper level low spinning around San Angelo. That's weakening, not going to produce any more problems out there, so that's good news. And in the upper atmosphere, mid atmosphere, we're very dry across the region. Notice the brown and gray colors here. That is very dry air aloft, but moisture will begin to increase, but not until we get into Thursday night. So I think we'll be dry through much of Thursday. And then as we head into Thursday night, Friday, moisture really starts coming in. There's that trough coming in, kind of like the same weather pattern we had last week, where we had 2 or 3 days of just on and off showers. That's going to be the case with this again for Friday and Saturday. And on into Saturday, the trough will come ashore. Feel lots of moisture in place, a little bit breezy along the coast. And then we'll slowly start drying moisture-wise on Sunday and Monday, but still enough moisture there for scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. And we're expecting anywhere from 1/2 to 1 inch of rain both days. Now I think some areas could see a little more than this. Could be some 1 to 2 inch rains in spots across the area for Friday and Saturday. Futurecast this afternoon, yeah, pretty hot. We're talking mid 90s to upper 90s in a few spots, especially across parts of the Lakes area. Looking pretty warm. Coming up a little bit later, we'll take a look at that 7-day forecast and show you those better rain chances for Friday and Saturday.
All right, Carrie, and Texas lawmakers, they are back in Austin this week, having kicked off Governor Abbott's special legislative session yesterday.
The governor is pushing an 18-item agenda with several focal points. 12 News reporter Derek Jones is in studio with the latest. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Mark and Tia. Weeks after devastation struck the Texas Hill Country, lawmakers are searching for answers as they work toward the finish line in Austin over the next 30 days. The session's agenda is focusing on 18 items. Among the priorities, flood safety prevention and the redrawing of congressional districts. Governor Abbott says he's added redistricting to the agenda after the DOJ claimed 4 of them were unconstitutional. This could deliver as many as 5 additional GOP seats in the U.S. House. Representative Christian Manuel says last session, several pieces of legislation were killed that would have helped communication systems and forecasting during severe weather.
I think having Sirens in Rural Texas, an advanced weather program that would have basically given at the very least 2 hours of notice. And if they would have been off, it would have been by 1 to 3 inches of rain.
Representative Manuel took to Facebook pushing for Texans to attend different hearings across the state. This includes one on July 26 at the University of Houston. Lawmakers have 30 days to decide how much of the governor's agenda they can realistically deliver. We'll keep you updated over the coming weeks. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thank you, Derek. Again, there are 18 issues for lawmakers to discuss. Here are a few of the others. Eliminating the STAR test, cutting property taxes, stricter abortion regulations and protections for victims of sex trafficking. We'll continue to follow the special sessions as it moves forward.
And a newly filed bill in the special session helps to put an end to teachers paying out of pocket for their classroom supplies. House Bill 128 would give qualifying teachers $1,000 a year. That money would be loaded onto a special online account, kind of like a digital wallet. Leftover funds could roll over year to year or even be used for professional development. If the bill passes, the program would kick off in the 26-27 school year. Speaking of school, Christus St. Elizabeth is hosting a back-to-school event for parents tomorrow. It's meant to help prepare families as they gear up for the new year. There will be information on physicals, immunizations, sports safety, scoliosis screenings, signs and symptoms, and more. For expert guidance, just go to the main entrance of the hospital on Calder. It starts at 11 a.m. Switching gears now, a Beaumont man's murder trial is going to continue today. Jeremy Dixon's trial was put on hold earlier this month. He's accused of shooting and killing Raymond Whittington outside of a gas station last August after a fight broke out. Whittington's girlfriend was called during testimony Friday. She told jurors that she saw the two men fighting and later heard gunshots but did not see the actual shooting. Investigators believe Dixon was not acting in self-defense. Across Texas, a Houston mother faces new charges this morning, nearly a year after investigators say she admitted to throwing her newborn in the trash. Collectors found his body in their truck late August. The mother, Catherine Ennis, told deputies that she panicked after she gave birth in the shower, passed out, and found the baby dead when she came to. According to court documents, the medical examiner ruled the cause of death undetermined, but said it's possible he drowned in the shower or suffocated in the trash bag. Ennis is charged with tampering with a corpse. And now to a big update from last night in Uvalde. The school district's Board of Trustees voted to release its records to the media regarding the Robb Elementary School shooting. Our sister station in San Antonio is among the organizations that filed a lawsuit to release emails, text messages, and other communications related to the shooting. Last week, a Texas appeals court ordered the county and the school district to release the records. Trustees unanimously agreed to do so last night, with many saying that it is important to be transparent with the community.
There's nothing I can say or we can say that can go fix anything of this, but I do hope that we can at least open that door where we can start that building of trust again, having that transparency. And you have a committed board up here and we're trying to do the right thing, and this is the step in that right direction.
And a date to release the records has not been set yet, but trustees promised they would give families plenty of notice before releasing them. Well, across the nation now, where some violent moments during a traffic stop in Florida were caught on camera. The video viewed more than 4 million times, raising new questions this morning about police tactics. And a warning, the video is disturbing. Marissa Pera reports.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
The Jacksonville, Florida Sheriff's Office has now released body camera video of this violent arrest back in February, insisting the officers did nothing criminal. The suspect, 22-year-old William McNeil, also recorded video during the traffic stop.
There's no rain. It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
In his video, he can be seen arguing with officers before one breaks his window, punches him, and pulls him from the car, hitting him again.
He was very confused as to why he was being pulled over for not having headlights on during the day.
But police say that video tells only part of the story.
Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
Call your supervisor.
In the newly released police body cam video, an officer is seen arguing with McNeil after pulling him over for not having his lights on in the rain. McNeil then locks himself inside as the officer repeatedly orders him to exit the car.
Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window.
I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
There absolutely was force used by the arresting officers, and yes, that force is ugly. And just because force is ugly does not mean it's unlawful.
In the police report, an officer claimed McNeil was reaching for a knife. McNeil's lawyers deny that.
We watched the video, and that did not happen.
McNeil says the incident left him with a chipped tooth and wounds requiring 9 stitches. Despite the deputies being cleared criminally, an internal investigation into their conduct is underway.
Court records show McNeil was charged with resisting arrest without violence as well as driving with a suspended license. He served 2 days in jail. McNeil has not said whether he plans to sue the sheriff's office.
And the nation is mourning the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner this morning. He reportedly drowned in Costa Rica during a family vacation. Warner, he made his acting debut at the age of 9, becoming a household name for his role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show from 1984 to 1992. His other acting credits include roles on Malcolm and Eddie, Grownish, and the reboot of The Wonder Years. Warner, he was 54.
Still ahead on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, a warning to parents after a Texas teen suffered a heat stroke while training for football, the major setback he's suffered. Plus, should you be using a loofah when you shower? A medical expert weighs in. Your time now is 7:41.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
We're back with your health news this morning. We're looking at loofahs, something people commonly use to get clean in the shower, but should you be using them? The fact is they harbor bacteria. An infectious disease specialist says while loofah-related infections are rare, they can happen. To minimize your risk, rinse your loofah thoroughly after each use, shaking off excess water and hanging it up to dry. Deep clean it weekly by soaking it in a vinegar solution and swap it out for a new one regularly. While all these things will help, watch out for signs of infection, especially staph infection.
if there's a little bit on your skin, and then it gets onto that loofah and starts to form a what we call a biofilm, or just kind of like a kind of mucusy layer there that the bacteria persist in, that can help the bacteria to propagate. And then if then later on you use it on your skin where you have a abrasion, it could get that abrasion cause a skin infection.
Dr. Dunford says for a safer alternative, use silicone body scrubbers or washcloths instead. They're easier to keep clean.
Well, temperatures already warming up this morning across southeast Texas into the mid to upper 70s in our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store, have sunny skies. Do expect mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today. Heat index up to about 105, so very hot afternoon in store for the area, not only for today, but for the next 2 days as well. And even tomorrow, we're seeing some pretty high heat index values across southeastern Texas. Allergy report looking pretty good this morning, and temperatures right now already up to 78 in Orange and Lake Charles, 76 in Port Arthur. Radar is pretty quiet. It was one little shower earlier right around Sea Rim. It was very small. That was it. A couple of showers well south of Cameron, but we're not expecting much in the way of rainfall today. No showers expected coming up tomorrow. High pressure over the area. We have lots of clear skies. You see a lot of dry air in place from east central Texas all the way over to New Orleans. Very dry air. We have moisture to our west, big plume of moisture to our east, and this will be moving into our area coming up by Thursday night into Friday. That'll increase our shower and thunderstorm chances there. Not expecting anything to develop tropical. Of course, we'll keep watching it, mainly due to its proximity to land, and there's still the little bit of wind shear in the northern Gulf as well. But it'll come on in as a trough on Friday into Saturday. Moisture levels really begin to increase, especially on Friday, where we'll have that 60% coverage of on and off showers throughout the day and lots of clouds. At least we'll get a break from the heat anyway for Saturday and Sunday. Notice kind of breezy along the coast too as this trough comes in. Could see some wind gusts to 34 at Cameron, and of course a little bit higher off to our east, so especially offshore when it's always pretty much windy anyway. And then we'll begin to dry a little bit on Sunday and Monday, but still plenty of moisture around for our typical scattered showers and thunderstorms. Rainfall totals, we're expecting 1 to 2 inches out of this event, although the models still say, nope, you're not. Less than that's what it keeps showing, but I still think 1 to 2 inches will be pretty common, especially from Interstate 10 south on both Friday and Saturday. And Futurecast, well, hot day today, talking mid to upper 90s across southeast Texas. And as we head into this evening, temperatures will be dropping on down. Pretty warm. We've seen some upper 70s for lows in a few spots across southeast Texas. No showers at all expected tomorrow. High pressure right on top of us, a lot of sinking air in the atmosphere tomorrow. Marine forecast, south winds up to about 10 knots, water temperature pretty close to 90 degrees. It'll be partly cloudy today, mid to upper 90s, mostly clear tonight. No rain expected, mid to upper 70s. And that 7-day forecast will feature dry weather through Thursday. By Thursday night, we'll have a 20% coverage, showers and storms in the forecast. It's up to 60% for Friday and Saturday.
Enjoy that sunshine for a couple more days.
Yes.
It's going to be rainy this weekend.
Rainy on and off, or just maybe sporadic?
On and off. It won't rain all day and at every location. It'll be hit and miss on and off.
Okay.
All right, we'll stay on top of it. Thank you, Carrie. And just a reminder that you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. And as we inch toward August, we want to remind parents, especially with kids playing outdoor sports, that the heat is no joke. A Cy-Fair ISD football player who was recovering from a heat stroke, he suffered while training. Well, he's now suffered a major setback.
He woke up from a coma last week, but his health took a sudden turn for the worst. Maria Aguilera has details.
The road to recovery was starting to look clear. Now, everything changed for Jarvis Spires. At 17 years old, Jarvis, a Cy-Fair ISD football player, has over a dozen offers from different colleges, but he's in a medically induced coma again.
Right now, they're just doing a plethora of
tests. It started July 5th when Jarvis suffered a heat stroke during an outdoor workout with a personal trainer. He spent 9 days in a coma, woke up. Then over the weekend, his health took a drastic turn. His mom says he had trouble breathing, a fever. Then doctors found internal bleeding.
They had to go in and do emergency surgery to find where the bleeding was coming from and to stop the bleeding. It was like a light switch that flipped, and here we are again. It's been such a roller coaster ride.
How are you doing emotionally, mentally?
I'm hanging in there, at the best that I can. During a time like this, it's hard.
Experts tell us heat strokes can be complicated and tough to recover from.
Heat stroke can happen usually over the time period of several hours.
Dr. Neil Gandy is the assistant medical director with Houston Methodist ER. He says the elderly and those under the age of 17 are most vulnerable.
When should someone call 911?
I think confusion, if you're passing out, if you stop sweating, if you're outdoors and your skin becomes extremely dry. Also, if you're having any other neurological symptoms, think seizures. Any of those issues would require immediate medical attention.
As Jarvis continues to fight, his family holds on to faith.
All of this is just a domino effect from a severe heat stroke.
Now to another summer safety concern. 5 million above ground swimming pools have been recalled due to drowning risks. The Consumer Product Safety Commission issued the warning yesterday, citing pools from brands like Bestway, Coleman, Intel, and Poly Group. 9 children, all under the age of 3, have died after using the outside compression straps to get into pools. These were sold at Walmart, Target, Costco, and Amazon. If you have one, call immediately to get a free repair kit.
And another recall, this time for a popular personal hygiene product. Anyone who bought Power Stick deodorant from Amazon, Dollar Tree, or Walmart recently, well, this is for you. 70,000 cases of the deodorant, they are being recalled by the FDA. 3 types of the antiperspirant did not meet manufacturing regulations, with deviations cited over the quality, the safety, and the quality of each product. The FDA recommends you stop using the products and throw them away. When 12 News Daybreak returns here on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out. Your time is now 7:52.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak on 12 News Plus. It's 7:55 right now, and that means it's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. Jeremy Dixon's murder trial will continue today after being put on hold earlier this month. He's accused of shooting and killing Ramon Whittington outside a gas station last August after a fight broke out. Whittington's girlfriend was the first witness called during testimony last Friday. She told jurors she saw the two men fighting and later heard gunshots, but didn't see the actual shooting. Investigators believe it was not self-defense.
And questions remain this morning about what led up to a truck crashing into a Lumberton church yesterday morning. Police say that it plowed into the Infant Jesus Catholic Church on LHS Drive, and Chief Danny Sullins believes that it was on purpose. They've now called in the FBI to investigate. Chief Sullins says the driver suffered minor injuries.
And a reminder, all Jefferson County tax offices will close temporarily today at noon for mandatory staff training. The Beaumont and Mid-County offices will reopen tomorrow at 8 a.m. If you need more information, call that number right there on your screen.
And the hot weather will continue. Mid to upper 90s, heat index in the lower 100s. So drink plenty of fluids if you happen to be outdoors the next 3 days, and try to take those breaks. 20% coverage of storms by late Thursday. That jumps to 60% for Friday and Saturday as that disturbance moves in from the east with all that tropical moisture and high temperatures. At least we'll get a break from the real hot weather on a Friday and Saturday to the upper 80s instead of the middle 90s.
All right, and before we go, the English village of Norfolk turned slow motion into a sport over the weekend.
Whoa.
Yeah, look at those gross guys right there, inviting snails from around the world to slug it out in the annual World Snail Racing Championships. This year's slimy superstar was Bilbo Sluggins, who inched his way to victory. His handler says that she actually rented the little guy for the competition. That's a rental business to get into right there.
I mean, do you
Snail
see
rentals.
them really cheering him on?
They're like, go, go. They don't.
He made it finally.
All right. Thanks so much for watching us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus.
Carrie and I will be back here at 11 a.m. for midday.